Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another live video, guys. I can't believe that I've only got around to doing this topic right now, but it's fine. It's better late than never. Um, as you can see from the title, what is a healthy marriage? I feel like this is a topic that should be discussed more often. Um, I'm not sure if people are aware of what a healthy marriage is. Um, but I feel like it's a good topic to talk about, and we're going to dive into it. It's such a broad topic, though. It's so many things you can cover. Um, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to try and condense it all into like um a shorter time. Because if I was to spend like hours talking, I could spend hours. I could spend hours talking about this topic, but we don't really have time to be doing that, and I don't really fancy doing that, to be honest. As much as I love to, right? I don't really want to be on here for like 4 hours talking about what healthy marriage is. So we're gonna try and condense it into like a very short time frame and try and cover as much things in this topic that I possibly can. You guys are more than welcome to add your little 2 cents to it as well. Um, Anyone that is watching this video back, you're more than welcome to add in the comment section what healthy marriage is. You can also let me know if you are married as well, because guys, for anyone that doesn't know, I'm not married, I'm single. um and yeah, this topic was very hard for me to do. So I reached out to some of you, not on this platform. I reached out on Instagram and asked a couple of you, um what do you think a healthy marriage is, right? So can I just apologize in advance for any background noise? Some of my family members don't know that I'm live, so they're very loud. Everyone's excited because it's the holiday season. So they're going to be really loud, especially in the evening. It does get quite hectic in my house, which is why I try not to do any videos around this time. But because I really want to do this topic, I don't want to be doing this topic at 3 a.m. I would rather do it now, where I can sit down and talk to you guys, right? So apologies in advance for any background noise. Hi Stewie, how are you? Remember me, one guess. Of course I remember who you are. Of course I remember who you are. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna try and dive into this topic. You guys are more than welcome to add in what you think a healthy marriage is. If anybody on here is looking to get married, this video may be an eye opener for you and may give you some pointers, um, some things to think about when you're choosing that partner, that lifetime partner, that forever partner. It's a bit daunting hearing that, isn't it? But that's pretty much what marriage is supposed to be. It's only because of the law why people are able to get divorced. But there was a time in this world when people couldn't get divorced. There was a time where people, once they're married, that's it, right? They're married to that person for life. Um, so anyone that is looking to get married, you might want to pick someone based on some of these points. Maybe that might help you. Um, if you are someone that's already married and you're thinking about divorce, or you're struggling in your marriage, this video may be able to um, relight the fire a little and get things moving in the right direction, where you can now work on building a marriage together, where you can sit down setting goals together, and you guys can think, okay, this is where we're struggling. How can we get over how can we get over those challenges together as a team, right? You can sit down and think, you know what, have an open conversation and be like, you know what, this is what we need to work on. And this video may be a starting point for that for you, where you can think about, maybe divorce is not the option. Maybe you realize that, you know what, we can work at this, we probably don't need to get divorced. Or if you are someone that is in a marriage and you feel very lonely and isolated, this video might help you to might help you to highlight the points, the things that you do need to work on. Because sometimes you may, I can't speak for everybody, some people may be in a relationship or a marriage where they feel like they didn't realize that this was the problem, right? And then they think, oh, that makes sense why we're having these issues, because it's because of this, or communication problems, or whatever. This video should possibly be a turning point for you. Hi, Kat. Yeah, it might be a turning point for you, where you can think, you know what, um let's work on it together. And thank you so much for the like. Who am I then? Because that's my name. But I had another name on here. Is wasn't it? It's just me or something like that. Stewie goes, "What about me for life?" That's a big commitment. That's a very, very big commitment. Hi, Katie Eldridge. I hope that's how you say your name. All right, so guys, because I reached out to some of you on Instagram, I'm gonna use your points, right? Um, right. Starting off, one of my friends gave me the first answer to this question. Okay, I'm not gonna be here listing people. I'm just gonna read out the points. These points are not mine. If there are any points that are mine, I will say so in the video. I will let you guys know. Right, so the first one is communication. So good communication. I personally, I'm a firm believer on good communication in all relationships anyway. I feel like communication solves all the problems. A lot of people do struggle to reciprocate that back to somebody. So somebody could say to you that I'm feeling hurt, and then how you respond after can kind of determine the direction of the relationship moving forward. I mean, it's not too late to turn it around, but a lot of people don't realize that people do let you know when there's a problem, but not many people know how to fix that problem. So they're kind of like they may, withdraw from the relationship or whatever, right? Reach out to me, but I have something that can reach. Okay, it's just me. I'm not going to be diving into that right now. This is not the video for it. Um, yeah. So good communication, guys. So, um, you should be able to effectively talk things out. So basically, if you're having a problem in your marriage, in order for it to be a healthy marriage, you should be able to have good communication skills from both sides. You should be able to talk things out instead of avoiding them. A lot of people resort to ignoring their partner, silent treatment, being passive aggressive, or if they don't get the way, they kind of throw a tantrum, they get all angry, they get in a bad mood. These things are not healthy. It's not the best way to solve any issues. You should be able to one of my points, guys, one of my actual points, I said people need to be mature in a marriage. So if you're going to behave like that, you need to be mature enough to resolve the problem, to sit down and have an honest, open conversation and say, look, I don't know, let me think of an example. So if your partner never runs your bath, for example, and you come home and you've been working late at work, and then you come home and your bath's not run, and they're sitting down chilling, right? Hi, Amelia, how are you? Yeah, just they're sitting down chilling, and then you're really annoyed, so you just don't talk to them for the rest of the night, but you don't express to your partner that it would be nice. Just say, like, for example, you would say, hey, how was your day? Because you want to know how their day was as well, like a conversation. And if they say they had a good day or whatever, then you could say, you know what, can I have something? And you'd be like, what? And they'd be like, I'd love it if you could like run me a bath every night. Because sometimes when I come home, I'm really tired, my bones are achy. And then the person could be like, yeah, sure. But some people don't communicate things to the partner. They expect people to be mind readers. Guys, the key word mind reader. Stop expecting people to be a mind reader. So, in that sense, when that partner is expressed to them, thank you for the hearts, they've expressed to them that they love it if they could run the bath sometimes when they come home from work. That's been established, right? And obviously, in a healthy relationship, their partner should do that for them, to show love back, right? I did make another point that people should love and care towards one another. That was one of my own points, right? We'll go into that after. AP's in the building. Hi, Temu. It's just me. I'll get back to your comments in a bit. Yeah, so if you're communicating that, if you send a notification, you guys make me laugh. Uh, oh gosh, I'm holding it together. So if you're not, I was gonna actually put it on my status for you guys to know, but I thought, we'll see who turns up. If you're not communicating to your partner, about what you need, and then you're just taking it out on your partner, you're getting really annoyed and grumpy. I mean, how do you expect your partner to know what's wrong with you? Thank you so much for the like. So it's about communication, and in healthy marriages, people are able to communicate with each other. Oh my gosh, these comments are getting really bad. Um, be careful of what you're saying on my videos because I do have children that sometimes watch my videos. Um, just found this stream, but are you okay? Also, this is true. I'm good, thank you. How are you, Temu? AP, I don't know why you don't get notifications. Thank the emojis, guys, 100%. Luke said we are live, guys. Thank you, Luke. AP said no communication is no relationship. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many. Thank you guys for the likes. You'd be surprised how many people that do struggle with communication skills in marriages. It's very common, especially when people tend to vent to other people about their marriage, or even people that are just in ordinary relationships. When you see people start talking outside to other people, then you know there's a problem in the relationship somewhere where they're not able to talk it out or anything like that. Usually, if there's a lot of like people dismissing people's feelings, then people will tend to go elsewhere and talk about it. I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but that can happen. Um, looks so 30 plus likes. AP, mine was okay. How was yours? Yeah, so good communication skills are so important in a healthy marriage. I'm reading my notes, guys. That's why I'm looking down. To anyone that's just tuned in, I'm reading notes. Yeah, so also in communication as well, another thing I forgot to add, it's not my notes, it's just notes I got. Um, most 80% of communication apparently is listening. So if you're not listening to your partner, how do you expect things to get resolved? Okay, and I've got a good Bible verse for that, and it's one of my favorite, guys. It's one of my favorite. I haven't read this book yet, but it's one of my favorite verses. It's in James chapter 1, verse 19. It says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak." Right, it's one of my favorites. It actually that verse actually changed my life greatly. It took a while for me to um listen to people. Um and when I say listen, it's about hearing what people are actually saying. A lot of people don't realize this. A lot of people tend to speak over each other. So for example, guys, if I said on this video here that I don't know, I like chocolates but not sweets, right? And the person that's listening to this live video loves sweets, and they just get all aggressive with me and they say, well, sweets is better than chocolate, right? They're not listening to what I'm actually saying. What I'm trying to say is I like, did I say I like sweets, not chocolate? Guys, I don't know which order I said it. Okay. Let me start again. So if I said I like sweets but not chocolate, and the person likes chocolate and they're getting really frustrated to me on the live, they're like, well, I like chocolate, chocolate's better. I never said that chocolate's not better. I just said that I like sweets, right? So a lot of people tend to speak for speaking's sake, right? They're not listening to what you're trying to say. And the Bible is very wise. The Bible knows that in communication, a lot of people don't understand each other. They just speak to be heard. A lot of people just want to be heard, right? A lot of people just want to have their viewpoints across, right? They want everyone to hear just their viewpoints. There's a lot of people like that, but they're not able to have an effective communication. So in a normal conversation, one person listens, the other person responds based on what's being said, right? And based on what is how the message is coming across. A lot of people, especially in arguments is a good example where people tend to just argue and they shout at them, they start throwing all dirt at them, but they're not actually listening to what that person's trying to say. That person could literally be saying to them, look, I understand your point, but I feel this way. But people don't hear that. They just think, oh, you're talking about all the things I've done. Now I'm going to come at you, right? So, yeah, my favorite verse is be quick to listen. So, be quick to listen is like being quick to understand. So, understand very quickly what it is that they're saying and be slow to speak. So, think before you speak. So, sometimes some people just listen, they don't speak at all. And that's actually good because they're trying to understand where is this person coming from, especially if you're resolving conflict, especially in relationships and marriages. If you're trying to resolve a massive conflict, you really need to listen to your partner and what your partner is actually saying to you. Because if you're just going to think that they're just coming at you and you're coming at them, you're going to go around in circles and it could end up in a breakup. So if you really want things to be solved, you really need to hear your partner, and that makes your partner feel safe and heard, and they feel like they can trust you as well. Um, if he's making me laugh. Let me read the comments. Um, Thanks, Luke. Thanks for 10 people to like. Why would anyone get in a relationship or marriage knowing that their other half is a non-communicator? Shake my head. Some people don't realize in the beginning. So there's something called love bombing. So a lot of people tend to love bomb in the very beginning of relationships. So with love bombing, things move very quickly before you get to know the person. Because people don't show that people's true colors don't always come out straight away. It's actually true about everybody. When you meet someone first time, doesn't you don't learn everything about them straight away. So if you're love bombing could be like buying them gifts and stuff like that. You're sweeping them off their feet very quickly, that they feel like they've met someone really good. Thank you for the emojis, guys. So by the time they've done that, when the issues start to arise in a relationship, thank you for the like. They will realize after that, wait, this person isn't even a good communicator. So when you're being love bombed, for example, okay, guys, if I was love bombing you guys, I was giving you guys gifts on the live videos, right? You guys would automatically be like, oh, Tanya is so awesome. She always gives us gifts just for being on her live, right? So at this point, you guys are blinded, right? You guys think that I'm awesome just for giving gifts. And then when you guys have a problem, you bring it to me, right? I could just dismiss it and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? And then you guys would be like, wait, I thought Tanya was awesome. This is who she really is. So people don't realize straight away. That's why a lot of relationships that are rushed, where people get married within 2 weeks or they're moving together very quickly, problems come out after because they haven't passed the test in a relationship. Life is about test, right? So they haven't come across those challenges and tests yet. So when the problems do come, because that other partner feels like they're comfortable with their partner now, their partner's happy with them, they're giving them everything they want, they will feel like when the problems come, they feel like it's no issue because all they need to do is just give them a gift. Which goes back to childhood. There's some people that were raised in family backgrounds where if there was any problems, if they wanted to be swept under the carpet, the caregiver would just give them a gift and that would shut them up, right? So they may do that in romantic relationships, and then when their partner's coming along with an issue, they would just give them a gift or buy them their favorite fragrance or flowers or whatever, or get them a new car. I don't know. And then they expect the relationship to continue like normal. You'd be surprised that there are people out there in that adulthood that believe that arguments and fights are okay. They believe it's okay, and they believe that you can just carry on like normal without even solving the issue. So a lot of people don't know how to resolve conflict. There's these things you can still learn. It's not too late to learn these things. It's not too late to grow, guys. If you feel like your past relationships there's always loads of arguments, but you didn't have the skills to resolve the issue or deal with it, and you just shut off, it's not too late to learn how to deal with conflict. Life is about growing. Don't think you have to have all the answers now. You can do better next time, just so you know. Or maybe your previous relationships were trying to teach you. Maybe they was talking to you, telling you what you need to do, but you didn't want to listen. Well, it's not too late to apply those skills now. And thank you. Oh my gosh, guys, 6 likes. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Amazing. Like true that you guys are so sweet. That's very specific word, and then they have listening problems. A lot of people don't listen. So many people don't listen, guys. Do you know how many conversations I have with people and I have to repeat myself over and over again? I'm talking about real life when I have to keep repeating myself to people. A lot of people don't know how to listen. They don't understand what it is you're trying to say. Right? They only hear it from their perspective. That's very deep, guys. I learned through my healing process. I heal myself, guys. I use different tactics, but I heal myself. Um, what after I overcame a lot of challenges in my life, one of the greatest gifts I received, or whether I got it from God, I don't know, I learned to look at the bigger picture of things. So if someone hurt me, I could then see from their side and be like, oh, they probably hurt me because I went through this in their life. So I take myself out of the picture and I see it from their perspective, which helps me to move forward in life instead of hanging on to what they did to me. I can think maybe it's them with the problem and it just happens to be me that they did it to. So I can move past it. Um, so yeah, yeah. So some people do have listening problems, but I like to listen to people. I like to hear their perspective. Guys, this is probably why I'm like this on this channel. When people come to me with their different views, even if I disagree, I still hear them out because it helps me to understand who you are as a person, and it helps me to understand you when we have conversations moving forward. So if you want to have a good relationship with someone, learning about the way they think, learning about who they are as a person can help you resolve any conflict. That's if you want to resolve the conflict. Moving forward, you can kind of think, okay, they're this kind of person, that's why they don't want to listen, or you might have to reassure them or be more sympathetic with them. A lot of people haven't healed, so you kind of have to baby them in a way, not in a toxic way, but also to just be more sympathetic with them and not be too hard on them. Because in this world, when people haven't healed, a lot of people tend to be more horrible and toxic to people that haven't healed, and they cause them more harm and damage. Um, Humans are so complex, guys. Humans are so complex. Luke said I'm yelling. All that toxicity, shut my head. Imagine having time for that. Some people do. Unfortunately, with marriages, you're kind of stuck in it. And I think a lot of people don't talk about that enough in marriages. You're kind of stuck with that. You've got to see the good and the ugly side of somebody when you're married to them, right? No one's perfect. Unfortunately, some people don't want to change in marriages, and you kind of are stuck with that. Um, Listen to tours. I don't know how to pronounce that last word. Luke's a love bomb me. Hi, Charlie X-Men. How are you? I didn't even know you were here. Thank you for calling me beautiful, but you are awesome. Anyways, thank you for calling me awesome. Luke's Tanya's awesome. That's why time is the ultimate tester. That's deep. Yeah, a lot of acting in the early starts of relationships. A lot of people do tend to act very early on in relationships is because when you meet someone new, everybody wants to put a good impression on when you meet someone new. And it's also sometimes some people go into fantasy mode where when they meet someone new, they wanna guys, I swear I used to do this when I was so much younger. I wanted to portray myself in a certain way, not change who I was, but I wanted to use how I used to dress and my image, outward appearance. I wanted to look like someone that didn't represent who I was on the inside. That makes sense. And a lot of women do this. I'm sure men must do this as well when you use your outward appearance to portray a certain character. So when you do meet someone new, you continue with that character. So if you're wearing a suit, right, and you're not someone that wears suits, and you're wearing a suit and you're feeling all done up and you're a man, if you're meeting people, you're going to start to change how you speak. You're going to speak a bit more, I don't want to say posh, but you're going to use different vocabulary. You're going to try and look the part, right? So that's kind of like what people do in the beginning of relationships. Not everybody though, but some people do. There's some people that are nice in the beginning and they're nice throughout the relationship because that's who they are. But there's some people that do put on an act. This is where things get a bit tricky because some people might be trying to get something from you, so they've got to force this act on. Some people can be given what people want only to change after. Yeah, yeah, that's very deep. That is very true. Yes, some people actually do that to change after marriage and the real person comes out. I've seen horror stories about that. I shouldn't even laugh about it. But sometimes there is red flags in the beginning. A lot of people overlook red flags. There's always, not always, but sometimes there can be signs. Something there coming out a little bit, and then people overlook it. Because some people are just happy to have somebody in their life. This is why you shouldn't be so happy that you've met somebody. When I say have met somebody, if you're somebody that wants to be in a relationship and you've met somebody, you're thinking, yeah, I finally met someone, you're going to overlook like some of the red flags. Sometimes you don't see the red flags, and sometimes your friends and family see it and they try and tell you, no, don't marry that person. And you're like, whatever, I'm going to do what I want, right? And then that's when the person can switch after. So it's very tricky because do you listen to friends and family, or do you just go with how you feel? It looks like my past sucks. Move past. Don't be stuck on your past. It's the worst thing to do. Charlotte Exman said that's why I refuse to get married until I'm sure of who I'm marrying. Yeah, and it's very, very hard. Um, some people are very good at hiding it. Oh my gosh, Charlotte Exman knows how to say well gone. Oh, King Yaba is here. Guys, hello. Um, Lee. Hi, Lee. Lee, W9B90. Yes, true. Very good topic for New Year's. Bless you. Wow, thank you so much. In the comments. Disagreements are unavoidable, but it's how they are handled that matters. Yeah, apparently you're meant to have I read online that you're meant to have disagreements and stuff, conflicts and stuff is actually a good thing. Like it's meant to happen in relationships. But as you said, it's how you handle it that matters, yeah. King Yaba said blessings all around your sister Tanya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, King Yaba. Looks a posh for me. Posh. I've learned to just be me, accept that change is necessary for growth and development. Some of it's deep, some is surface level but needed. Yeah, yeah. Also, in marriages, a lot of people will try to change you. That's quite normal. Because if you're gonna mesh your life with somebody else, you're gonna expect to do some changes to how you are. Like sacrifice. What's the word? Is it sacrifice when you make a yeah, sacrifice, make sacrifices. Yeah. I hear you, but it's always best to be yourself. Yes, it's always best to be yourself. I agree 100% with that. Mr. and Tanya can be posh. Me, I can't do posh, but thank you for saying that. Me and Tanya are posh. Oh, is that what you're saying? I am not posh, but thank you for saying that. When you start a fresh relationship, get to know them very in depth. Some people lie though. Some people do lie in the beginning. But yeah, we'll see. But let me try and keep it on the healthy topic. Yeah, so so be quick to listen and slow to speak. You can apply this to any relationship in your life, friends, family. It's always good to hear people out. As I said, communication is 80% of listening. So, also communication involves body language as well. So people can read your body language and they can see if you're engaged in a conversation or not. That can also cause problems in relationships as well. I remember doing a relationship course with my church. I think it was like 2 years ago, and no, it was last year, sorry. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. I'll tell a lie, it was 2 years ago because I remember I was working at that time, and they were saying that if you've got a partner, if you're not engaged in the conversation when they come home from work and you're just on your phone, this can cause problems as well. So people like to feel like they're being listened to, right? And as we said, 80% of listening is part of the communication skills. So if you're not listening, people are going to feel really annoyed and they might become resentful. I don't know if it gets to that length, but I mean, if your partner is ignoring you, you're going to feel a certain way about it. So pay attention to that. Yeah, also, guys, I put on my notes as well, be quick to listen, slow to speak. If you don't do that, you may speak in anger, which is what changed my life when I realized that this quote really spoke to me about the anger part, right? I think it was a different verse that I read. I think it was like be quick to listen or something and be slow to anger or something like that. And yeah, so people that tend to argue, they may say something that they regret later on. And as you know, some words you can't take back once you've said it. Thank you so much for the lights, guys. Yeah, so be careful of your tongue. It can be very powerful and it can damage a lot of things, right? So the tongue is very powerful. Oh, another one, guys, for healthy marriage is this is one's very interesting. It may not be true for everybody, but I kind of agree with this one that you should have the same vision for your future. you should have some similarities where you agree on shared values, whether it's like if you want children, whether you want to live in a certain town, whether you want to support each other on the goals. Like, for example, if you meet a partner and they say, look, this is the job that I'm doing, I want to continue doing that job. And then they could say, I want, if they want you to be a stay-at-home mom, these things you need to be discussing, because if you don't agree on these things, I mean, you could probably make sacrifices and say, you know what, I want to still work, I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. And if your partner's okay with that, then you can go ahead, right? There's important things to be discussed before getting married. If you want kids, if you want to immigrate to another country, if you you know, there's lots of things. What kind of family do you want around you? Guys, these are like game changing things, you know, because if you are with someone and then suddenly that person is like, look, I don't want you to have any contact with your family. Imagine, what do you do then? So you need to talk about a lot of things, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're isolated from your family, but you also want to have a relationship with them. You're not going to be happy, right? So you need to kind of know what kind of person you're dealing with. But yeah, in a healthy marriage, I feel like for a healthy marriage to work, you should have a similar vision. You should have a lot of similarities for the future as well. You should be sharing your goals together. This is why I tell you guys to set goals. If you're getting in a marriage or if you're getting in a relationship, how are people going to know what direction you guys are going if you don't even know what you want to do tomorrow in your life, right? So you should be setting goals. You should have a vision for your life, right? You should know what you want for your life, whether you want children, whether you want to get married. Because if you're with someone and they want to get married and you don't, you're wasting their time. They're going to be waiting for you to propose to them, and it's, you know, you're going to be stringing them along. So guys, you should be planning your future, right? You should have an idea of where you want to go. I don't want to hear, oh, I can't. I used to be confused when people used to say to me, where do you want to see your life in 5 years, right? I used to think, how can you plan that far ahead, right? And that's because I didn't have a direction in my life. I was clueless. I was lost and confused. There's no way anyone would marry me with my mindset like that. Um, so if you are in that mindset, just be mindful that you're gonna probably attract people that don't want to do anything with their life over. And don't be frustrated when you keep meeting people that don't want nothing for their future. You should have some type of idea of where you want to go. Um, because how can you find the partner for you if you don't even know what you want to do tomorrow, right? So tomorrow you could say, right, tomorrow I want to work out, or tomorrow I want to go to the library. Or you should know these things should be adding to your future, is what I'm trying to say. You should be like, there should be always a why are you doing this? Why are you wanting to get married is a question. You should know the answer. And if your answer is because you want to honor God's law, then you know that in order to honor God's law, you need to find a godly woman. So, when you know the why to your questions, then you can build on that like bricks, right? Why are you watching my video right now? Maybe you're watching my video because you love having discussions, and maybe discussions is what feeds your knowledge in your brain. Guys, you get my point. So you should, every single thing that you're doing in life, you should know why you're doing it, and you should know why you shouldn't be doing something. That's a lot of things people don't realize. If you're in a marriage, you need to know, what you are doing and how it affects your partner, right? So a healthy person, to be in a healthy marriage, you need to be a healthy person mentally, right, as well. This is not no joke, guys. You need to be healthy mentally. There's a lot of people getting into relationships, and they're messed up in the head, and they're taking everything out on their partner. They're being abusive and toxic, right? So when you see people in toxic relationships, just know that they're in a relationship with someone that's got a lot of mental issues. I'm not here to put people down, but you should be healthy before you get into marriage, right? I shouldn't even have to be saying this. Right, let's read the comments. Let's give it a break from what I'm talking about. Let's read the comments, what you guys are saying. I actually miss this, guys. I miss talking to you all. Wait, I've read some of those. Ego tripping. Lee's quiet. AP said, I prefer my wife to stay at home while I provide, but it's no biggie. Yeah, that's healthy, AP, because it's like you don't mind overweight, but that's your preference. But if she doesn't want to do that, then you're willing to compromise on that. Relationships are supposed to end in marriage. I agree. Um, Charlotte Exman said that's why I heavily want to be made and know what my wife would want to do in the future, how we want to run the household. Yeah, that's deep. In facts and common sense, just speed. I hope you don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to not laugh in this video. I'm trying to be serious. It's so hard not to with you guys. Oh my gosh. Right, so the next point I want to make, this was actually from one of someone on Instagram. Right, so respect, what for healthy marriage, there should be respect, honesty, loyalty, and commitment to each other. That's self-explanatory, but I'm going to go into it anyway. So respect works both ways. If you want respect from your partner, you should respect your partner too. If your partner's not being respectful to you, you should be respectful anyway, right? Because why should you stoop to their level? Be careful, because when you're mirroring back what your partner's doing, it might be adding to the conflict, guys. So we need to resolve it. If everyone mirrored everybody, if you was in a workplace and someone's being miserable and then everyone became miserable to each other, that's not productive. It's counterproductive. So you have to be like a coach sometimes in a marriage, and be patient with your partner and explain the issue and teach them how to resolve things. So sometimes people are going through stuff that they dealt with in the childhood, and they haven't learned how to communicate effectively, and you've got to now teach them, right? So that's kind of like that. um honesty kind of ties into with transparency, which I'm going to go into after. Loyalty, this is like a big one. I did a video talking about infidelity in marriage, where people are cheating in marriages. There's people just getting married just to cheat. You need loyalty for a healthy relationship. You want to not just in terms of your partner not cheating, but also in terms of knowing that your partner is loyal to you no matter what. If someone's talking about you behind your back, you know that they're loyal to you, where they're going to defend you and they're going to also tell you what's going on. You're meant to be a team, right? This person's talking about you, right? You need to be careful of them or whatever. You need to know that you can trust each other in that sense. Loyalty could also be that you know that no matter what, they're going to stick with you, right? I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that throughout the video, but yeah, loyalty in that sense. Commitment to each other. Marriage is you're doing vows. A lot of people do vows in a church, right? They're swearing to God. They're doing vows to God and what they're going to do through freaking thing. You guys should know the vows. I don't know them. Yeah, so you should, once you go through a marriage, that's it, guys. That is it. You've got to commit, right? A lot of people in society, I talked about it earlier in this video, a lot of people can get divorced because the law has changed where you can divorce people, but marriage is for life, right? It's for life. I think a lot of people don't realize that. There's a lot of people that are divorced, right? They won't be the first and they won't be the last. A lot of people are getting divorced for whatever reason. When you're going into marriage, you should know that this is it. That's the person you're committed to. AP asked a question. It's all about energy. Quick question, Tanya. Loyalty or respect? Wait. I have to choose between those. I think loyalty. I would choose loyalty over respect because I feel like respect is something that you have to work on. Because you want to know loyalty is key. When you know someone's loyal to you, right? You know that they're not going to betray you or anything like that. But with respect, you might be in a relationship where you are shouting at each other, but you could be in the wrong and the person's shouting at you because they're trying to get you to change your ways for the better, right? So you might see it as they're being disrespectful, they're talking down to you, but sometimes we can be blinded by our how we are. We can be blind. But I mean, it's like if there's a toxic thing about yourself, we can't always see that. So someone could be trying to like get that through to you, and it ends up in a massive argument where you feel like they're being disrespectful or they're walking away from you or whatever, and then you could be like, oh, they're disrespectful because you're blinded, guys. Not everything is what you see. So I would say loyalty. What would you say? That's why I want to get married. Correct. The first time, not second or third time. Yeah, I agree with you, Child X Man. I know sometimes it can't be helped. Some people do unfortunately get married to someone that's very toxic and abusive, and they have to get divorced. And then hopefully they do find someone better the second or third time. Um, that's why people should be getting married with intentions to be together forever instead of what's appealing. Yes, that's a very good point, actually. It's a very, very good point. Um, and it's about maturity as well. A lot of people don't think about these things or just dive into it for whatever reason. You don't know what it is in their life that they're running away from. And then they're thinking that marriage can save them, which it does in the moment. But when things start to change, they might realize they made the wrong decision. Oh, respect is the foundation of loyalty, though. But I hear you. Oh, okay. I think it's because I love loyalty more than anything. That's probably why I chose loyalty. Um, because if someone's disrespectful to me, right, at least I know that they're going to be loyal. I don't know. Maybe I can't see it the way that you see it, but I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to have to try and think about that because I can't get my head around it right now. Yeah, so the next point, guys, is transparency. So, someone said good communication and transparency. So I agree with that. I love when people are transparent. Guys, it's one of my favorite things. I love when people are open, honest to me. I actually love it. Guys, my heart just feels open just saying this because I just love, guys, anyone that knows me knows that I love having deep conversations with people. I love getting to know people at a deep level, not a surface level. I love like opening up, talking about how people think and many things. I just love beautiful conversations like that. It's so, oh my gosh, guys, it's so beautiful to know people at a level because I know that not many people talk like this, right? So when I'm having these conversations, I know that I'm getting to know them on a level that not many people know them at, right? And I love it. I really love it. So transparency is like being open and honest with each other. So in a marriage, that's key, right? You don't understand though. Don't worry. This is so convincing. Oh, thank you for that, AP. Yeah. So, yeah, honesty is yeah, honesty is a beautiful thing when you can swear for somebody and say, look, if they have done that, I know that. Okay, for example, if you know someone personally and they did a crime, it's beautiful when you can say, look, I can't believe they did that. If even though they've done it, even though you don't have proof, you can know that they never meant to hurt somebody or something. So, for example, say if someone kills someone and you know in your heart that they're a gentle human being because you got to know them on that level, you know that surely it would have been a accident or they could have been provoked or something. You know that they don't have that in their intentions, right? So when you know somebody on that level. It's so beautiful. Like I love transparency. I love when people can like open up. A lot of people tend to open up to me, guys. I don't know why, but a lot of people tend to open up to me. They find it easy to open up to me, and I love it. Hi, Sky. I actually love it, and I think it's a beautiful thing, especially in a marriage, if your partner can be real and honest with you. Just like how AP said, I think it was AP or was it Child X Man? Someone said no, it was AP. He said just be yourself. Yeah, transparency is being yourself. You know that you can open up to someone and there's no secrets or lies in the marriage. This is key, guys, where you can like you know each other so well, you can just express yourself, and there's no judgment. I've put it on here somewhere. Where did I write that? I wrote it somewhere. No judgment. Maybe I'll cover it throughout the video. Sky has a question. Shoot the question. Alex said you're trustworthy. Oh, that must be the reason why people come to me. I just love it. I love when they can like be themselves. Naturally because I like being myself anyway. So when I meet up with people being themselves, I love it. I gravitate more towards people when they're doing that. Yeah. So the next point. Right. So I covered like those points, what everybody else said to me. Somebody else said the right partner, but I don't think you should aim to get the right partner. It should be you know, somebody with similar values, similarities in your future, you know, someone that you can build a healthy marriage with, which is what I'm going to cover next, right? And the points to come, sorry, guys. So, I made more bullet points, guys, and I kind of figured that these points wasn't enough. There's more things to add. So I'm just going to shoot through them. Some of them are my points, some of them are just off the internet, but we're going to cover that anyway. I'm reading you guys are talking to each other. Yeah, so number one, I put understanding your spouse. So I think I already covered this. So understanding who your spouse is helps in a healthy marriage. It kind of helps with communication. You know, if, for example, say if you guys understand me really well and I say something to you that's quite aggressive, but you guys can be like, she doesn't mean it in an aggressive way. We know Tanya. She's meaning it in a sarcastic tone or whatever. Like, for example, let's use Sky Eye as an example. If Sky swore to me on this live video right now and told me to F off, right, I wouldn't take it personal because I know Sky sometimes may get really irritated very easily, or sometimes Sky is joking. So when you understand your spouse, it helps solve a lot of issues. It squashes all the problems away. It's people in relationships where they barely know each other and then they get really offended. Have you ever spoken to somebody and you rarely know them and you make a joke and they look at you like, and you're thinking, oh, it's just a joke, like, and they get really offended by it and you're like, whoa, it's just a joke, and they can't comprehend that it's a joke. They're looking at you like, how dare you say something like that to me, right? So understanding people is very, very important to resolve any type of conflict, especially if you're talking about topics that are very political. Be careful of that. So you have to kind of know what to talk about with someone. If you're married to someone, you don't want to say the wrong thing, right? Guys, I keep burping, I'm sorry. So you need to know people at a certain level to know what you can and can't say. But you also don't want to be walking on eggshells, which is a point I will cover here. I think it's emotionally stability. Someone that I'm going to cover it soon, but people that are emotional stable, where you can actually be yourself without feeling like you're walking on eggshells. But also you need to have boundaries in marriages as well. We're going to cover this, guys, don't worry. But I like to mention it as well, just so when it does crop up afterwards, you guys do remember what I was talking about in the other point. So sorry for any singing. That's when you have to be emotionally intelligent. Yes, AP, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, so the second point I put, this is my point, guys. I put love and care towards one another because a lot of people keep saying that relationships, love is not enough, but I disagree. I feel like you need love in relationships. Love is action, it's not a feeling. So love and care towards one another. I think it's so important that if you're going through a rough day and you guys are quite distant in the marriage, but your partner still decides to run you a bath or put on your favorite movie or cook your favorite dish, right? Those things, you know, even if you're distant, those things make you feel some type of way, right? It makes you feel like your partner is still showing love to you even when you're down. So guys, in relationships, it's not always going to be 50-50. You're going to have someone giving 2% and somebody giving like 98%. Guys, I had to do myself like, what is two? That's so funny. Yeah, my maths is crap. So, you know, you might have to give more, and that's okay because there's going to be a time in your life where you may be grieving, you may be going through, you might lose your job, you might be made redundant, or something might be so traumatic in your life that your partner has to keep giving to lift you up. And that's beautiful when people can do that. They're not going to get argumentative with you and start being like, you know what, I'm going to leave this marriage. I heard that's abusive when people start threatening you with a divorce. I heard it's abusive. Um, Sky said, "I'll never tell you to f off, Tanya." Maybe. Yeah, but I know I understand who you are now. That if you was to do that, I know that you're joking. Unless you're really angry and you keep being aggressive towards me, then I'll be like, "Whoa, Sky is actually being serious," and I will probably take you serious then. AP said, I ain't walking on eggshells for nobody. You respect me, I respect you. Yeah, I agree. You shouldn't have to walk on eggshells. But again, we don't know. In marriages, people can change. There might be something happening in their life where they do change, especially if your hormones are unbalanced in your body, especially women, guys. I did say before in one of my videos, if a woman's pregnant, her hormones are all over the place, she can also experience postnatal depression after having a baby, and in that moment, anything's possible with her behavior, right? So you kind of have to work with that. Man say he goes 50-50 with partners. I thought that was crazy. What's your take on that? Tanya, I heard a man say he goes 50-50 with partners. I thought that was crazy. What's your take on that? I feel like a man should give more. I don't know why. I kind of feel like men should give more. You have to be careful of giving just 50-50 because sometimes some women don't like that kind of effort. If a man's not giving more than he should, then women kind of don't like it. It depends on the woman. 50-50 makes me think of equal opportunities, men and women being the same. It might work for some. Again, it depends on the person that he's with. If they've got an open, honest conversation and it works, everyone's different. It really does depend on the individual. It depends on the type of relationship as well. But it really does depend on if it works for them. This is why relationships are so personal. Like, I've had a friendship kind of with someone, and our friendship works, but other people don't get the friendship. They're like, that's a bit weird, but it works. Because we do have honest, open conversations, and it works. I'll be aggressive to you, Tanya, not at all. You keep your mouth closed, then you will be grand. That's actually funny. AP on the other hand, like, oh no, not this again, fighting talk. AP guys, definitely I do 75 over 25. No way should I go 50. Yeah, 50 for a man is quite lazy, to be honest. I feel like you should give you a bit more. But obviously, if you are a man on here and you're giving 50-50, if it works for you, it works for you. Some people might give 50-50 because they've overgave before in the past and it wasn't appreciated. This is the problem when people get hurt. So he probably gave a lot to a woman and it got through in his face, or she cheated on him regardless. So he might be trying to test the waters by giving 50-50, and then he might be holding back his feelings a lot, so he doesn't get hurt, if that makes sense. You just never know. Yeah, so love is very important. I feel like it's important in a marriage. You should at least love your partner. If you don't love them, you can show love in other ways through buying their favorite meal or something like that. People love to be loved. Even if you don't like love, people like it, right? If you're not going to be somewhere where you're not loved unless you like toxicity. Some people do like toxic relationships where they're going to any type of relationship and they make anything toxic. I never understood that. But yeah, each your own. Right. My house is going to be noisy. How could you say such things? All right, I'm gonna try and get to the next point because my house is being super noisy. I'm trying to like speak over it. Right. This is one of the points that you guys have kind of more or less said anyway. So I put on here, safe to be yourself without judgment. This wasn't my words, right? But I get it. So I wrote it down for you guys. So this is covering the whole eggshell. So you need to be in a marriage where you feel safe to be yourself, right? And it could be anything. Guys, you don't know what people got hidden in the closets, right? When you're married to someone, you don't know what hidden secrets they've got, right? But they're gonna want to feel they want to be with you, but they want to feel safe to be themselves. So be careful who you marry. Yeah. So obviously setting boundaries in marriages helps you to be yourself. You feel safe. If your partner keeps putting on a TV show that you really don't like and it screams at you, right? You really feel uncomfortable with a certain show on, they need to respect that. You need to tell them, right? So they need to make sacrifices and go and watch it in a room on their own. It's a weird example, but it makes sense, right? So you need to being yourself is being able to be in your home without seeing that TV show. So you need to feel safe to be yourself. But walking on eggshells would mean that you have to leave the room when they're watching it. Like they're not respecting your boundaries. But you're allowing them to still watch it, but just not with you, if that makes sense. The next point is maturity. It's one that I kept saying. It's my own point. I feel like people need to be mature in order for a healthy relationship to work, in order to resolve conflict, in order to have those conversations that need to be had in a mature way, in a mature manner, right? So I got this off the internet where it should be you. It should be us versus the problem instead of me and you. You know what I mean is there's some people that fight, and when there's a problem in the marriage, they're making it out that the partner is the problem. But when you're in a marriage, you're meant to be a team where you both work together to solve that issue, right? That's where you differentiate between maturity and immature, right? That's just my opinion. Um, Another point, appreciating your partner. I like this one. This is not my point, but I like this one. Appreciating your partner and thanking them for the small gestures that they do. So if your partner makes a nice meal for you and you know they're tired, but they're still doing it for you, you should thank them. Thank them for the effort. Me as a person, I always thank people. I try my best anyway. If I see that someone's made some type of effort for me and I know that they did it and they didn't need to do it, I do thank them. I thank people when they give me lifts. I always over thank people. I thank the bus driver. I thank people like guys. You see when I go into McDonald's and stuff, and if I get them to do something extra for me, I over thank them because I know that they do need to do it. Even if they're pissed off, I still thank them because I appreciate the little things that people do for me. AP said that's a good analogy. Is versus a problem. Yes, us versus the problem. Yeah, I liked it, and I thought let me put that on my notes so I can share that with you guys because I think a lot of people need to remember that. That applies to so many relationships, family problems. But people don't feel like that. They see it as that person being a problem. That's why I like to look at the bigger picture of things, and you can see how someone feels and how to solve the problem from there. Um, Yes, it's the little things that matter. I agree, AP, and those are the things that make you happy as well. If you're in a marriage and your partner gives you a little peck on the cheek, right, for no reason, those little things are cute, right, and it's so sweet because they're acknowledging that you're there instead of just being on the phone all the time, right? I put on here someone you can build a healthy marriage with. No, wait. Before that, I put respecting boundaries. Yeah, so I already covered that. People respecting your boundaries. If you're, in order for a healthy marriage to work, you should respect each other. And just respect the boundaries, right? And guys, I don't need to go into what respecting boundaries is. You guys should know that by now. Um, and the next point was someone you can build a healthy marriage with. So someone with a similar, like what I said, someone with a similar vision, you can build a healthy future with, right? If you're with someone, they don't want to build with you, they don't want to have kids, but you want kids. There's a lot of things, even if you compromise for them, you're gonna be unhappy in the long run, right? At least they should make a decision to say, you know what, don't want kids, let's adopt or something like that, right? Where you can both be happy. Yeah, don't cross the line. Literally, AP, don't cross the line. My next point is kind of what I've already covered, but I'm going to say it again. Emotionally stable. Someone. Hi, Robo, RoboCop 01. How are you? Thank you so much for the wishes. I wish you a good 2026 as well. I wish you all a good 2026. Thanks so much for the guys. Have got 9 likes. Thank you. Hi, Samuel Wester. How are you? Hope you're well. Yeah, so someone that's emotionally stable, I feel like that should be someone that's consistent, right? Consistent emotionally. You can come to them whenever. You're not going to feel like they're going to take out their bad mood on you, right? You're not walking on eggshells, like I already said. And you just know that you're not on this roller coaster with them, up and down, up and down. And a lot of people tend to be with people and they're not able to control or regulate their emotions and it's difficult to be with them. So that's something to be mindful of because some people don't realize they're doing it. Some people probably do and they just don't care, right? Yes. Tanya, it's me, Alex. Hello, Ivy. Oh, Alex, you've changed your username. I do remember you. You've changed your username so many times. Emotional intelligence pays the best. I can't say that last word. I can't say it. Mindfulness works both ways too. These are good points, Samuel Westall. Ain't nothing worse than a weak, emotional person. Oh my gosh, it's annoying. Yes, there's so many things that people are probably not aware of, and they get married to someone and not aware that this person's like this. So it's good to cover these topics so people can pay attention to. The last one I already covered was commitment. stick through it, through thick and thin. It's nice when you're with someone that is committed to you as well. You know that, no matter what happens, we're in this together. I'm not going to give up on you, and you're not going to give up on me. I think a lot of people strive for that. You know, you may go through times in your marriage where you don't want to be with that person anymore. You're falling out of love with them. Um, this person is someone that is by your side. They're a team. You're not going to get many people like that. Someone that is solid in your life. Guys, anyone that is out there, right? They don't have much support. It's hard to find genuine people today. So when you do find someone, you need that in your life, right? Look out for these things. There's going to be counterfeits, people that pretend to be that and they're not really that. Like what Child Xman said, that you can get married to someone and they change after. But this is about healthy marriages, so we're going to try and keep it positive for people that are thinking about marriages. So you should be looking out for the positive things. Yeah, women are very emotional. I feel they kind of make the decisions based on their emotions, which is the wrong thing to do. You should make your decisions based on logic. Oh, Samuel said, well said, darling. Thank you. Yes, teamwork makes the dream work. It really does. Yeah, so guys, these are like I mean, there's so many points I could have added to this video, guys. If there's anything I missed, you guys are more than welcome to add it in the comment section below on the playback. But I feel like the main thing is communication for me. I feel like in a healthy marriage, communication is key. Guys, is there any points that you actually liked? You can drop them in the comment section below. Is there anything for you, if you was to get in a healthy marriage, or if you are already married, which points you think are the best, right? As I feel like communication is so important, being quick to listen and slow to speak. Because I do have some friendships in my life where we can talk, and I love the fact that we don't even need to speak. Like when they speak and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I don't even need to express. I'm like, you should know that I get it. I get what you're saying. I already know who you are as a person, because you've been transparent with me to the point that you don't even need to explain yourself to me. I already know who you are. And I love relationships like that, where you know where you stand with people, and it takes a while for things to go how they should or how you want them to. And you're in a healthy relationship where people know what it is that you're looking for and they work towards getting it to that point, right? I'm not saying that if you want to get married and they're forcing to marry you, if they know that they're not right for you, it's nice when they understand that, and they kind of put the relationship in a way where you can still continue to be friends, but they're giving you that space to find someone else. I don't know if that makes sense. Um, got some points coming in here. AP and Angel in school, that's hard to believe. Alex said communication is key in life, not just in marriage. I agree. I agree. I said something like that in the very, very beginning. I think I said communication is, what did I say? I said communication is good in all relationships. I think I said exactly the same thing as you. Um Yeah, Sky is trying to turn AP really bad. That's really funny. It's good to hear all of this from a female perspective. Thank you, AP. I don't even know what it is I'm saying, but yeah, thank you for saying that. Um, I will give you credit for going to that place where I will give you credit for going to that place where you saw them lovely ladies. Oh, Sky, that was when I was shopping in my town. Still do see people doing it, by the way. I just don't get the camera out. But guys, I really appreciate you all for coming on here tonight. It's been really nice talking to you all. I'll try X-Men still here. It's been really nice talking to you all, actually, because guys, I know that I haven't been here that much, and you know that eventually I will come back again. I just, around the winter time, I kind of do disappear for a bit. But I've been missing you guys like crazy, and I'm not just saying it. I do miss the live videos where we can all have a talk and have a good laugh. You guys uplift me, and hopefully I uplift you guys too. But I just realised that I never did this topic. I was like, wow, I gotta do this topic. It's so important, because marriage is a beautiful thing, guys. It doesn't have to be scary. it's a beautiful thing, and I feel like it's good to talk about what healthy marriage is, so people can go into marriages thinking about these points, and hopefully anyone that's looking to get into marriage can look within and look at what they need to work on. And hopefully, if you've got a good partner, they can help you change as well, and they can point things out to you. If you are someone that's already married, hopefully this can help you get your marriage back on track. Anyone that's thinking about divorce, hopefully this can help you to have a good go at your marriage again, to fix the problem instead of avoiding it, right? Because that's the problem. People walk away from problems and don't fix it, and then things just get worse and worse and worse, guys. We are all grown human beings that can sit down, have a conversation, and solve conflict, right? I feel this way because of this, right? And then you say, I understand why you feel that way. But it's not about blaming people, right? Because not everybody understands why what they did would hurt you. Not everyone's gonna. We're not mind readers. If I blatantly hit somebody, yes, it's gonna hurt them, and I should know that I'm wrong, right? Hitting people in a marriage is not acceptable. If you are doing that and you think it's okay to continue like normal, and your partner's telling you they don't like being hit and you still hit them, you're wrong. Okay. So if I'm saying something to somebody and I don't realize it's hurting their feelings, right? You need to communicate that to me, and that's how you get problems solved. But if I'm doing something blatantly that's really toxic, and I'm saying, oh, nothing wrong with it, I'm the problem, right? So we need to be careful what we're doing. Hope that makes sense. Sky said, Tanya, I watch all your lives, and I could do with some nice angles. Yeah, I haven't put any girls on my live videos for a minute. Um, I've been hanging out with some girls, and I know if Sky saw them, he'd be going crazy, but I don't put them on my live video. Do apologise. Oh, China X-Men said we miss you. Oh my gosh, I miss you guys too. I literally do. I miss these talks. It's nice to see some familiar faces on here as well. AP said, as men, all we ask for is loyalty and respect in relationships. I want to say something to that, but I'm not going to say it. And it's not about men. It's in regards to me as a person. I just feel like, no, let's not make it about me. Let's not make it about me. AP said it's just that easy. I agree. It is really just that easy, but people make things complicated more than it needs to be. I don't know why. Again, people probably don't know what they want. That's one of the biggest problems in relationships. People not knowing what they want, and they're still going to relationships anyway, and they have no direction in life. And when you're with people like that, they're just going to keep procrastinating. Think of a child. When a child goes into a supermarket, they don't know why they're in that supermarket. They're just in the supermarket with you. They're going to misbehave. They don't understand the purpose of them being there. But when you include the child in the task, you ask them to calculate the items, they feel like there's a reason for them to be there. So if you're in a relationship with someone that doesn't know what direction they want in their life, don't expect them to have a direction in your relationship either. And if they do have some type of direction, they're going to be a bit chaotic, they're going to be argumentative. Because they're not being present in the relationship. They're not looking to see if you're the right partner for them. They're not looking to see if you know how to resolve conflict. They're not even looking at these things. They're just looking to misbehave. And there's fully grown people that are behaving like this as well. They're getting into relationships and they're about to waste your time. I don't even know why I'm talking about this on here. But why am I speaking about these guys? It's the truth though. There's a lot of I've met men in their adulthood telling me that they're looking for fun. What fun? You're fully grown. What fun are you actually looking for? Because you should be settled down by now. Or if you're not settled, guys, I don't judge people for not settling down, because I know how hard it is to find a decent partner or someone that matches you. I understand that. But what fun are you actually looking for in your fully grown age, guys? This is not acceptable behavior. We're not in high school now. Oh gosh. I pick I say it. I'm not saying it. I am not saying it on here. I'm not doing it. Tanya, how do you know these things? It's like once spend the time you've done most of it. Ah, Sky, what? Oh my gosh. Whatever it is that you're referring to, Sky, some things I haven't done. I'm really scared. I'm really being a bit cautious about how I answer that question, to be honest. Oh, you're on about the fun? The fun, what else? Oh my gosh, guys, you kill me. Oh my god. I think I think it was the last comment, guys. You guys actually cracked me up. It's a good thing that guys, it's just me was on earlier. It's a good thing he's not here right now because he'll be joining in. Right, guys, I'm gonna leave it on that note. I hope I appreciate you guys all for being guys, you guys managed to make me laugh today. I appreciate um I appreciate you all for coming on here. Hopefully, this video does benefit somebody. What is a healthy marriage? Hopefully, it helps somebody. Hopefully, it helps them to look at their relationships around them as well and to improve themselves. Guys, it's not too late to work on yourself. You can learn how to improve your communication skills. You can learn anything, right? You can always become a better person to represent you and the people in your life. You want to become better. Um, when you work on you, you improve everything around you. What I'm saying, right? Regardless if people are toxic or not, you change your outlook on life. You change how you want the relationship, the direction you want the relationship to go. If it's a toxic one, you might feel like it's not right for you. When you start working on yourself, you'll be like, this is not the right fit for me, and then you're able to try and leave. If you are in a toxic relationship, be careful how you leave the relationship as well, because it can get dangerous. It can lead to death. But I should establish that. Guys, I'm going to leave this video here now. This is the longest I've done a sit down talk videos. Right, I've done long ones in the past, but this is the longest, over an hour, guys. Um, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for coming on here, especially about this topic. It's nice to see old faces. Able to you throw the old you and bring out the new you in 2026. I am not looking forward to 2026, guys. I'm gonna see what happens in 2026, but I'm not really looking forward to it. But I'm not being negative. I just feel like I'm not sure about this year. Um, you're allowed to hit me now. I pay this on all my excuses like Tanya does. I come with the excuses like what Sky said. I come with the excuses. Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna do a summary of all the points. Anyone that's watching it has lost track of all the points. So good communication. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. So hearing others out before you speak. So when you talk to someone, stop listening about you're listening to them, but you're like, oh, I want to say this, and you're not actually listening to what they're saying. I used to do that. Don't do that. It's not good. AP said why. Having the same vision or similarities for the future with the person you're going to marry or the person you're already married to, you should have some type of similarities. That's in my opinion. You should have respect, honesty, loyalty, and commitment to each other. As AP said, you should have respect should come first in order for loyalty to happen. Transparency, open and honest, just being open and honest, guys. Knowing each other well, no secrets or lies. And another point was understanding your spouse, love and care for each other, safe to be yourself, maturity, us versus the problem, not me and you, not me versus you. Appreciating your partner, thanking them for when they do the little small gestures, respecting boundaries, someone you can build a healthy marriage with, emotional stability, someone that's consistent, you're not walking on eggshells around them, and commitment, someone you can stick by through thick and thin, you're in it together, you're a team. Oh, thank you, AP, for saying think positive, Tanya. 2026 is your year. Same to you as well. Same to all of you guys. AP wants to challenge you to a boxing match. Would you accept, bro? I don't think he would. I don't think he would. Right, guys, I'm gonna end this video here now. I've been on it way too long now. I need to get up and walk. My back is hurting me. Yeah, so I appreciate you all. Guys, if I don't speak to you before the new year, I wish you all happy new year. Happy 2026, guys. Be productive in January because we know January is a slow month. You might see more of me this year, to be honest. I usually do come back. I appreciate all the likes. Guys, you guys really came through today. I can't believe I got 9 likes today. Hopefully you guys walk away from this video feeling like you've accomplished something, you learned something new. You realise that it is possible to have a it is possible to have a healthy marriage. Is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of people that are very negative towards marriages. There's a big culture of people telling people to not get married. So just so you know, when you get married, there's a lot of perks to it. Someone that's by your side, someone you can communicate with, someone that can do small gestures for you. They tackle the problem with you, not against you. They do, kind things for you. They don't judge you. They let you be yourself. There's boundaries. Someone that you can, not feel, someone you can feel safe with is what I'm saying. Someone you can trust, that open, honest with you. They're your person, right? That's what I'm trying to say. So you will hit me, bro. We've got a fight going on here in the chat. Tanya, get AP to box fight me, please. I don't feel like I could get AP to do anything. I feel like he's quite stubborn. You got to do more lives. It's good talking to you. Pretty sad. I actually feel really bad today. Guys, do you know what? I might have to do a separate video, but I actually managed to put product in my eye, and my eye my eye actually swelled up. Oh my gosh. I look so bad. This is why I got my glasses on. So thank you for saying I'm pretty, because I actually don't feel like it right now. But guys, yeah, I'm gonna try and do more live videos. Especially like topics like these, like mature conversations, because I think it's really good and we can all learn from each other. I learn from you guys all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do more live videos. Oh, please don't say gorgeous. I can stop. You guys are so funny. I actually don't feel it right now. Yeah, small chance to convince AP. Okay, I'll try and convince AP for you. I know he's not going to listen to me. But yeah, I appreciate you all, guys. Have a good night. I'm going to get something to eat now. I haven't eaten. Sacrifice my dinner just to do this live video for you guys because it's worth it. I wanted to surprise you guys because I know you guys haven't seen me for a while, so I thought I'd do that. This guy said thank you. Bye, guys. Oh, Sky, you said bye for a change. Usually you're telling me not to go. All right, guys, take care, everyone. So, oh my gosh, the blackmail is me on. Only if you get Tanya to come to London. Guys, I appreciate you all so much. Guys, have a safe, what's the word? Say a safe, not opening, like a safe enter into 2026. Guys, what I'm trying to say is be safe on New Year's Eve, because I know there's a lot of crimes that happen during that time. There's always something crazy happens. So be safe, don't drink too much. Stay indoors if you have to. Just see the new year in a safe way. Basically, I'm not telling you guys to be boring. Just take care of yourselves, because I wouldn't want anything to happen to anyone. Be safe. And guys, a message to people out there: be careful of your friends. I feel like it's directed towards AP though. Be careful of your friends, because I feel there's somebody else on this live as well that I feel called to say it to, but because I don't know who's on the live, AP is one of them, and there's somebody else on this live video that needs to be careful of friends. It could be a male. It's a male friend, or I don't know which friend it is. Be careful of friends. There's gonna be something that's gonna happen, right? So I feel like, yeah, just by being careful of friends is going to protect you, basically, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but just being careful of friends. Like, I've had people invite me out, and I've said yeah, but I haven't gone through with it. So just be careful of people, because just because people are like, oh yeah, let's go out here and there. Don't be so jumpy to go and meet with people. Just be careful of friends. Sky goes, Tanya goes to London. AP said, look after yourself, gorgeous. Thank you so much. It's the drinking that causes problems in London. Yeah, it's the drinking. When people get drinking, they get taken over. We spoke about this loads of times on other videos. AP said, what friends? That's so funny. Yeah, just be careful of any type of friends. It could even be a next door neighbor. I don't know. But guys, yeah. So guys, I appreciate you all for coming on here. I appreciate anyone who watches it back live. So it's 1 minute, 1 hour. I need to say 1 minute, 1 hour and 18 minutes. That's good that you do that, AP. I protect my energy. Gosh, I'm burping. I protect my energy and surroundings. Oh, that's actually really good. You'll be fine then. I'm going to do a countdown, but yeah, hopefully this video helps someone. Guys, I appreciate you. If you do watch this video back, I appreciate you for sticking around for so long. That is commitment right there. Excuse the pun. Yeah, so 10, 9, 8. I feel like I'm doing a countdown for New Year's. 10, 9, Hey, so imagine I did a New Year's countdown video on live, and you guys, for the people that are indoors, they actually saw the New Year's in with me. That's crazy. So 10, 9, 8. This guy said not for long, AP. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so crazy. Okay, see you guys. Have a good evening. I appreciate you all. And it seems like Sky is talking about not for long, meaning he's going to fight you. I'm guessing. And AP said you should. I really want to be on here for New Year's countdown. See you, Sky. See you, everyone. See you, AP. See you, Charlie X-Men. See you, It's Just Me. See you, Luke. I can't remember who else was here. Guys, there's so many different people that came on. See you all. See you all. Take care. And I'll see you in the new year if I don't come on before. See you guys. Mwah.